Cause we know the facts. You're pussy and you're mad and you're doing hoe ass shit, bro.
Hey you guys, I want to get on here and do a actual reaction on Zolo bands. Basically, he takes to his actual live stream. He basically is calling out Wolf of Brooklyn X. Wolf of Brooklyn X has actually been on his panel several times. His wife of Mimi X, actually has been a mod in his actual channel. I think this thing is to the point where it's actually like a real live beef session, and it's to the point where Zolo, I guess he's just sick and tired of Wolf coming for him. But I think what initially started it was the fact that Zolo was, I'm not gonna say just starting his channel because he's been on it. I'm not for a long period of time, but he was on it for a minute solo before Wolf decided to come in and actually sit. I think what Wolf was saying in the previous chat was that he was very mad because Zolo basically crossed him, and he was to the point where he was trying to help him with the channel, because most of the time he was on the panel with Zolo. Most of the time it was just him and Zolo when I first seen him come onto the scene. Then they added another content creator. But yeah, I think it's more so that they're mad, they're beefing back and forth, but they're not being gentlemen about it and actually squashing the beef and getting to the root of the problem. But I think the main root of the problem is that Zolo feel like he doesn't owe Wolf anything. He feel like that's his show. It's a one-man band. He don't owe him anything. They were also to the point where they were speaking to another content creators live about the fact, I guess they want to be quote-unquote paid for being up there on that panel. But my thing is they should have gotten all that ironed out in the beginning. There's no need now to feel like you want to ask for certain things. You know, if you didn't do it in the beginning, that makes sense. In the end of the day, there's no concrete contract or anything like that, but I think a lot of people was chasing clout off Zolo, and when they got to the point, they didn't think that the clout was gonna pay off, if that makes sense. They started getting mad and they wanted to, beef. I guess Wolf felt like him being on Zolo's panel because right now Zolo is popping. He has clout. He has a storyline. Wolf wanted to jump on and get him some clout because, he's to the point he wants to be associated with Zolo, and I think it's more or less for all the wrong reasons now. Not saying that Zolo is actually a saint, if that makes sense. But yeah, Zolo takes to his live and he basically just calls him out. He does the most, and he tells Wolf, he keeps some all the stuff that he's invested. He can't show no receipts or nothing. He just be basically basically, as I say, talking out the side of his neck. But my thing is that I agree with Zola on. He basically was saying that he be doing a lot of women stuff. I'm not gonna say the real word that he used, but yeah, Wolf does come across as though he like to be in women's business in my Nene voice. But yeah, Wolf needs to kind of pipe down. If he's mad at Zolo, he need to talk to Zolo. He don't need to be all on jumping on people's panels and stuff doing the most. Because I noticed he had on one panel, he was trying to comfort somebody, and he had on a wig. I guess he was trying to imitate that particular person, but he looked it more feminine in the wig than anybody else would have. And I'm saying to myself, a lot of stuff Zolo was saying allegedly probably is a little suspect. According to Zolo, he's saying that he's spending his wife money, that he ain't got all this money he would train himself to have. But I guess in his mind, if it's true allegedly, then whatever hers is his, or vice versa. But yeah, he does come off cocky. He always talk about what he got, what kind of investments he got. My thing is, if you got so much, you don't flaunt it anyway. That's crazy for you to say that. Now, you can be to the point where you want people to know what you got or whatever, but most times if you're smart, you don't want nobody to know what you got, because you never know who is watching or however. You know what I'm saying? If you to the point where you trying to make yourself look good on this platform, you might want to get on your own platform and build it. But don't be out here trying to be a snake in the street and thinking that everybody's gonna not realize that when they got bit, it was you, if that makes sense. Now, I am to the point where I'm hoping these fellas get on this panel. They able to go back to do what they were doing originally, but I personally don't see it, because I think everybody was trying to get clout off of Zolo, and when they didn't get much clout they thought, I guess they wanted a refund, if that makes sense, because that's a key for me, because ain't no way you can get a refund on clout. Well, yeah, Wolf is definitely a clout chaser. When I first started coming into Zolo live and seen him up there, I knew it was something went right about him, but he's basically exposing himself. Because he's to the point where he wants to make accusations about Zolo, and I'm not gonna say whether or not accusation are true on either their parts, I'm gonna remain neutral in this thing. I'm just gonna give my unbiased opinion. But I think they basically thought since Zolo was popping, they would get them popping. But when they realized that they weren't gonna get popping like they thought, they started getting on panels and they started doing the most and started coming for his neck. Now my thing is, I figured, and I was saying to myself, Zolo should have seen that coming a mile away anyway. Because when you to the point where you in these YouTube streets and you popping, a lot of people are mad anyway at you, and they're gonna try to come for your neck and try to do the most. But what made me really give Wolf the side eye is the fact that he used to always be in Leo's lives. Because that's how I first initially met him and I knew of him. But he came to the point where he was actually on Zolo's panel. I am to the point where I ain't saying whether or not I'm Team Zolo or nothing like that right there. But I don't have no vendetta against this young man. I'm just speaking on my behalf of how I feel. But yeah, I was to the point that I also saw in a live, no, I'm sorry, not live, basically in a video where actually Liv gets exposed for basically quote unquote allegedly giving a fake sonogram. I'm going to do a video on that. Look out for that, you guys. I'm thinking I'll post it maybe in the morning, so be on the lookout for it. Thank you guys so much for rocking with my channel. New subscribers, I see you. Oldies, I appreciate you so much. Until the next video, guys. Thank you.